What if I told you there's hidden treasure sitting in your pocket change right now? Three quarters from 1979, 1996, and 1988 have something extraordinary in common: coin errors that could turn these 25-cent pieces into $1,000 collectibles. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of numismatic mistakes that coin dealers don't want you to know about. From double-struck dies to off-center strikes, these aren't just manufacturing flaws, they're windows into the intricate art of minting, and more importantly, they could be your ticket to an unexpected payday. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who likes to check their change, this guide to these three remarkable quarters will transform how you look at every coin that passes through your hands. Stay tuned as we reveal exactly what makes these particular years so special, and most importantly, how to identify if you've got one of these valuable variants in your possession. The 1979 quarter dollar wasn't just another piece of loose change, it marked an era in U.S. coinage, minted across three locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While millions of these coins were produced, a small subset contains errors and unique features that elevate them far above their face value. These anomalies could transform a simple quarter into a piece worth hundreds of thousands, or in some cases, even more. To understand why these coins hold such incredible worth, we first need to examine their origins. The Washington quarter, designed by John Flanagan, was introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. The 1979 edition retained this timeless design, with Washington's profile on the obverse and a proud bald eagle on the reverse. But beneath this classic exterior lies a complex web of production details that lead to some fascinating and highly coveted errors. Let's start with one of the most sought-after features of the 1979 quarter: its mint marks. The placement and style of the mint marks tell us where the coin was produced. For instance, D signifies Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark indicates Philadelphia. But it's not just the marks themselves that hold interest. Variations in these marks due to errors or inconsistencies can drastically impact the coin's value. One famous example is the Type 1 and Type 2 mint marks found on the proof coins from San Francisco. Type 1 coins display a less distinct, fuzzy S mint mark, while Type 2 features a sharper, more defined S. This seemingly minor difference can mean hundreds of dollars in value. Imagine owning a coin that's worth not because of its rarity alone but due to a tiny design feature often unnoticed by the untrained eye. Even more captivating than mint mark differences are the errors, the beautiful, accidental flaws that make certain coins unique. Among the 1979 quarters, off-center strikes are a collector's dream. These occur when the coin blank, known as a planchet, is not properly aligned with the dies during striking. The result? A coin with part of its design missing, showcasing a crescent-shaped blank space. The degree of the misalignment can heavily influence the value, with some examples selling for thousands of dollars at auction. Another intriguing error is the double die. This happens when a coin's design is struck twice, but the impressions don't align perfectly. On a 1979 quarter, you might see doubling in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," or the date itself. These errors are like a coin's fingerprint, making it a one-of-a-kind collectible. Some double die errors have fetched tens of thousands of dollars due to their rarity and distinctiveness. Clipped planchets are yet another type of error that captivates collectors. These coins appear as though a small, curved section has been bitten off. The flaw is the result of the punching process, where planchets are cut too close together. What might look like a defective coin to some is a prized possession for others, with some examples valued well beyond expectations, but the fascination doesn't stop at striking errors. Die cracks and breaks are another category to watch for. Over time, the dies used to strike coins can develop small fractures. When these damaged dies continue to produce coins, the resulting pieces often display raised lines or blobs, sometimes referred to as BIE errors, when appearing between certain letters in Liberty. These coins are living proof of the wear and tear endured by minting equipment, adding another layer of historical intrigue. By now, you might be wondering how these errors and features translate into actual value. The answer lies in the world of coin grading. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, with higher grades indicating better condition and greater value. Coins with rare errors in top grades can command astronomical prices. For example, a mint state 1979 quarter with a dramatic off-center strike or a bold double die could sell for tens of thousands of dollars, even eclipsing the six-figure mark in exceptional cases. But why do these coins fetch such high prices? It's a combination of factors: rarity, historical significance, and demand among collectors. Errors are inherently rare because they represent deviations from the standard minting process. Each error coin tells a story of what went wrong at the mint, making it a tangible piece of history. Couple this rarity with the global community of passionate collectors, and you have a recipe for skyrocketing values. Let's not forget the role of auctions in determining a coin's worth. Recent sales have shown just how much collectors are willing to pay for a piece of numismatic history. In one instance, a 1979 quarter with a prominent double die fetched several $1,000s, while another with a striking off-center error crossed into five-figure territory. These results are not anomalies, they're a testament to the enduring allure of rare and unique coins. For those looking to uncover treasures of their own, there's good news: valuable coins can often be found in the most unexpected places. Loose change, coin rolls from the bank, and even inherited collections could contain hidden gems. The key is knowing what to look for. Invest in a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine coins for signs of doubling, misalignments, or other anomalies. Pay close attention to mint marks and be on the lookout for unusual patterns or irregularities. Once you've identified a potential find, proper care and storage are crucial. Coins should be handled by their edges to avoid damaging the surface, and they should be stored in protective holders or albums to prevent scratches and tarnishing. For coins of significant value, professional grading and certification can provide authentication and boost their market appeal. The world of coin collecting is as much about passion as it is about profit. While the financial rewards of discovering a rare 1979 quarter are undoubtedly appealing, the true joy lies in the thrill of the hunt and the stories these coins tell. Each piece is a snapshot of history, a reminder of the craftsmanship and complexity behind something as commonplace as currency. This one coin could be worth more money than you ever thought possible. A simple 1988 quarter, something you might have tossed into a vending machine without a second glance, could actually be hiding an error that turns it into a collector's dream, one that might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more. Rare coin errors, obscure minting mistakes, and overlooked details in common pocket change have made headlines, shocking everyday people who suddenly found themselves sitting on a small fortune. The 1988 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a coin that has been circulating since 1932. Most people assume these quarters are just like any other, simple, everyday currency with no real value beyond their 25-cent face. But what if I told you that a tiny mistake in the minting process, one that's almost invisible to the untrained, could skyrocket the value of this coin to a price you'd never expect? Throughout history, minting errors have been some of the most lucrative finds in numismatics, with certain rare coins selling for staggering amounts at auctions. And the 1988 quarter is no exception. So, what makes certain 1988 quarters worth an absolute fortune? It all comes down to errors, minting anomalies that weren't caught before these coins went into circulation. These errors are rare, but they exist, and if you know what to look for, you could turn an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary payday. Let's start with one of the most valuable and sought-after errors, the double die obverse. That a double die error occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, but slightly misaligned, creating a distinct doubling effect. The 1988 quarter has a known double die error that appears in certain specimens, particularly in the word "liberty" and in the finer details of George Washington's portrait. This kind of doubling is subtle but unmistakable, and the rarity of this mistake makes it highly desirable among collectors. Some of these quarters, especially those in high grades, have been known to fetch thousands of dollars at auction, with rumors of uncirculated specimens being valued even higher. Could you imagine holding a coin that's worth more than a brand new luxury car? That's the power of a rare minting error, but that's just the beginning. Another error that has been found in 1988 quarters is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank metal planchet isn't properly aligned in the coin press, resulting in a quarter with a portion of the design missing or shifted drastically to one side. The more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. A minor off-center error might fetch a few $100s, but a dramatically misaligned strike, one that still retains a visible date, can command prices in the thousands. If you ever come across a quarter where Washington's head is awkwardly positioned, don't spend it. It might be worth more than you think. And then there's the legendary clipped planchet error. These quarters appear as if a chunk of the coin has been bitten off, but this is actually a result of a mistake in the cutting process at the US Mint. The value of a clipped planchet quarter depends on the severity and shape of the clip. A minor clip might be an interesting novelty, but a large, cleanly clipped quarter can be an incredible find. Some of these rare coins have been known to fetch well over $1,000, simply because of their uniqueness and rarity. Another error to be on the lookout for is the broad strike error. This happens when a coin is struck without the collar that normally contains its shape, leading to a flattened, slightly larger, and distorted appearance. These coins are rare, and their values depend on their condition and the degree of distortion. Collectors are willing to pay hundreds, even thousands, for well-preserved broad strike errors. If you've ever seen a quarter that looks stretched out or has an odd, smooth rim, it's definitely worth checking for its potential value. One of the most striking errors found in 1988 quarters is the missing clad layer. These coins appear with a dramatic copper-colored surface on one or both sides, revealing the inner core of the quarter due to a mistake in the minting process. The absence of the outer nickel layer makes these coins stand out, and their rarity significantly boosts their value. Depending on the condition, missing clad layer errors can sell for anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. If you ever see a quarter that doesn't quite match the usual silver-gray appearance, it could be one of these highly sought-after rarities. Then, there's the fascinating case of the repunched mint mark. In 1988, mint marks were still being applied manually, meaning that sometimes, a mint worker might accidentally punch the letter twice, creating a distinct doubling effect. These repunched mint marks are incredibly rare, and while they may seem like a minor detail, collectors go crazy for them. The value of a 1988 quarter with a clear repunched mint mark can reach well into the thousands, especially if the coin is in uncirculated condition, but here's where things get really interesting. High-grade 1988 quarters, those in near-perfect condition, are themselves worth a lot of money, even without errors. Coins graded at MS-65 or higher can be worth hundreds of dollars simply because they are rare in pristine condition. But when you combine a rare error with an uncirculated grade, the price can skyrocket. Some of the most valuable error quarters ever sold have reached figures that most people would never believe possible. Imagine finding a simple, everyday coin in your collection, only to learn that it's worth more than a down payment on a house. That's the kind of potential we're talking about. So, how can you check if you have one of these valuable 1988 quarters? The first step is proper examination. Use a magnifying glass or a digital microscope to inspect the details of your coin, especially looking at the lettering, mint mark, and overall strike quality. A simple misalignment, doubling, or even an unusual color could be the key to unlocking your coin's true value. Next, weigh your coin using a precise digital scale. Some errors, like the missing clad layer, result in a noticeably lighter quarter, which can be a strong indication of value. If you think you found a rare error, the best move is to get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication and certification not only verify your coin's legitimacy but can also exponentially increase its value by assuring buyers of its authenticity. Many of the highest-priced coin sales in history have involved graded and authenticated specimens, and this extra step can make all the difference in getting the best price for your find. Now, you might be wondering, where can you sell a valuable 1988 quarter? The options are plentiful. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections frequently feature rare coins, and bidding wars can drive up prices beyond expectations. Coin shops and numismatic shows are also great places to connect with collectors who are actively searching for these rare errors. But the real secret? Auction houses. Some of the most astonishing sales in coin collecting history have happened at major auctions, where competitive bidding can push the price of a rare quarter far beyond its expected value. This is why it's so important to always check your spare change. The next time you get a handful of coins back from a purchase, don't just throw them in a jar or spend them without a second thought. Take a closer look, because that seemingly ordinary 1988 quarter in your hand might just be a hidden treasure. And remember, coin collecting isn't just about finding valuable pieces, it's about history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. The next big discovery could be waiting in your pocket right now. Now, we're going to uncover the incredible secrets behind the 1996 USA $quarter coin, focusing on the valuable minting errors and what makes some of these coins worth so much more than their face value. By the time you finish this video, you'll be itching to dig through your spare change and see if you've been carrying a small fortune all along. First, let's talk about what makes the 1996 quarter special. At a glance, it looks like any other Washington quarter you've handled countless times before. George Washington's profile adorns the obverse, while the reverse features a majestic bald eagle clutching arrows and olive branches. But beneath this unassuming design lies a world of intrigue. Millions of these coins were minted, but not all are created equal. Some left the mint bearing unique mistakes, errors that turn a common coin into an extraordinary find. Mint errors are what every collector dreams of discovering. These errors occur during the manufacturing process, and they're the result of accidents, unexpected flaws that create coins that are, quite literally, one of a kind. A 1996 quarter with a significant error can skyrocket in value, fetching thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. One of the most coveted types of errors is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where the design isn't properly aligned, leaving part of the image missing and the blank surface of the coin exposed. These errors are dramatic, obvious, and highly desirable. In some cases, an off-center 1996 quarter has been known to sell for over $10,000, depending on the degree of misalignment and overall condition. But the errors don't stop there. Another variety that commands serious attention is the double strike error. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the minting press, creating a ghostly shadow of the original design. The result is a stunning, almost surreal appearance, as if the coin itself is vibrating with energy. Double strike errors can turn a humble quarter into a centerpiece for a high-end collection, often fetching thousands at auction. Then there's the die clash error. This happens when the dies used to imprint the coin come into contact with each other without a blank planchet in place, leaving faint, unintended impressions of the reverse design on the obverse side, or vice versa. These errors are subtle but mesmerizing, offering a glimpse into the minting process gone awry. Coins with prominent die clash marks from 1996 have been known to sell for well over $5,000. Another sought-after error is the clipped planchet. In these cases, the coin's edge appears to have been bitten into, creating a crescent-shaped gap. This is a result of a blank planchet being improperly punched out of the metal sheet. Clipped planchets are instantly recognizable and can command prices ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on their size and prominence. But what about the holy grail of errors? The ones so rare, so mind-boggling, that they can reach into six-figure territory? That's where we enter the realm of extraordinary mint anomalies. Imagine finding a 1996 quarter with a massive retained cut, a raised area on the coin caused by a piece of the die breaking off during production. The coin's design warps dramatically around the defect, creating an unmistakable and unique piece of numismatic history. A retained cut of significant size can send collectors into a bidding frenzy, with prices soaring into the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Of course, spotting these errors requires a keen eye and some tools of the trade. The first step is simply examining your coins under good lighting. Turn the coin slowly in your fingers, letting the light catch every detail. Look for irregularities, misalignments, or anything that seems out of place. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help you spot subtle errors, like die clashes or faint doubling. Condition also plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Grading services like PCGS and NGC can provide professional evaluations of your coin's condition and certify its authenticity. A mint state or uncirculated 1996 quarter with an error will fetch far more than a heavily circulated one with the same flaw. Even a small difference in grade, say, from MS-63 to MS-65, can translate into thousands of dollars in added value. But what makes these errors so valuable? It's a combination of rarity and demand. Collectors love the idea of owning something that's one of a kind or represents a dramatic mistake in an otherwise rigid and precise minting process. Errors tell a story. They're a tangible connection to the intricate mechanics of coin production and the rare moments when those mechanics falter. The 1996 quarter, in particular, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Its errors are fascinating, its design is timeless, and its accessibility makes it an ideal entry point for novice collectors. You don't need to be an expert to start searching for these coins. Bank rolls, pocket change, and flea markets are all potential treasure troves. And here's where things get exciting: even if you don't find an error coin, a pristine, uncirculated 1996 quarter can still be worth far more than face value. High-grade examples certified as MS-68 or MS-69 have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. It's a reminder that quality matters, and every coin has the potential to surprise. So, how do you maximize your chances of finding a valuable 1996 quarter? Start by keeping an eye out for coins with unusual characteristics. Educate yourself on the types of errors we've discussed: off-center strikes, double strikes, die clashes, clipped planchets, and cuds. Join online coin collecting forums and communities to learn from seasoned collectors and share your finds. And when you think you've found something special, don't hesitate to get it appraised. A professional numismatist can confirm whether you've stumbled upon a rare gem and provide guidance on how to sell it, should you decide to part with your treasure. The world of coin collecting is as thrilling as it is rewarding. It's a hobby that combines history, artistry, and the thrill of the hunt. And in the case of the 1996 quarter dollar, it's proof that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value.